All right. Welcome to Red, White, and True News. I'm Mr. Brutally Honest. And today's Sunday, so Sunday we do Opinions Day. And I have an opinion on a few things that happened this week, and that I heard this week, and that I seen this week. So bear with me as we get through this. But before I get started, hopefully this kind of tickles your fancy here. So if you could, go over there and hit the like button, the share button, the join button, the subscribe button, and all the buttons there is. If there's a button, click it. We'd appreciate it very much, and we appreciate all the views we're getting and getting this channel going. And we thank each and every one of you. Okay, so to start out, I think this is kind of comical myself. I heard Chuck Schumer say earlier in the week that all of the airline people, air traffic controllers, having to get on the food lines, having to go to food banks to get food to feed their families, to feed themselves. I even seen a video where they're handing out food. Don't know who it was to, because it wasn't airline control people, because they had the safety vest on. And airline control people that sit up in the tower, they don't wear them fancy construction vests, the ones that says caution, that's yellow and whatever. But anyway, they tried to make it seem like that's who it was. And they're handing these people out boxes of food. And I think it's kind of funny myself, because this government shutdown is a farce. I mean, it really is. It's a farce. And if you would ever listen to and study the government shutdowns in the past, it's a well-known fact that the people have not been fired. They've been furloughed. Okay? So when the government starts back up, they're actually going to get paid. Back pay. Okay, so that's the first thing. The second thing is this. If you are an airline control person, or you work for the government in general, and after 30 days, just a month, you have to go get on the food line, you have to go to the food bank, there's something kind of weird about that. Because as us regular people, as regular folks out here, we're taught, save your money, put your money back, invest your money, and for rainy days, in case something happens. It's like Dave Ramsey used to say, or he probably still does say it. Save up 6 months worth to pay all your bills, pay your house payments, buy groceries, car payments, all that. Save up at least 6 months worth. But yet we're being told that these employees can't afford to pay their bills. They can't afford to go buy groceries because they didn't get a monthly paycheck. And sometimes it could be twice a month they get paid. And I think it's kind of funny. And here's the reason why. Us common folk, we can go 30 days without a paycheck. Not that we want to, but we can. Because we grew up living within our means. So what? You got a government job that pays you 80, 90, 100,000 a year, if not more. But yet you can't go buy groceries for a month? You can't pay your bills for a month? So does that mean you're living above your means? Well, trust me, I've always lived below my means, because I don't have the money to spend on extra BS. But apparently all government employees do, because you guys can't afford nothing, according to Chuck Schumer and Hakeem Jeffries and everybody else. But at the same time, the minority whip for the Democratic Party says that their best leverage that they have right now is that all you government employees that can't afford to buy your own groceries, are hurting. Yeah. The Democrat minority whip said that's the best leverage they have is that you can't afford to go buy your groceries. So my advice is quit living above your means. Live below your means. I'm pretty sure if you make $100,000 a year, 80,000, 90,000, you could probably make a pretty good living just on 50,000 and invest the rest. Save up the other stuff so you don't have to worry about the food line or having to go drive an Uber just to get through the month. Something's just not adding up here. But that's just my opinion, and that's it. All right, the second thing I want to visit about. Has it become very obvious to everybody yet how much blackmail is happening in our government with the House and with the Senate? Yes, I said the B word, blackmail. In all honesty, the Democrats are trying to blackmail the Republicans into just signing what the Democrats want to pass. They want Obamacare, which was set up during COVID. They still want that in effect right now, even though it doesn't work, even though it's no good. They still want it. Now, here's the funny part about that is every one of them dingbats up there that wants this done don't have Obamacare. They don't. None of those folks up in Washington, D.C. are on Obamacare. None of them. But yet, they're saying they want it for you. Oh, don't worry about all this other stuff that we also have in this bill that we want you to sign. Don't worry about the other $1 trillion we want to send over here, or the $2 billion we want to send over here, and all this other stuff. And this is kind of where I'm kind of proud of the Republicans and President Trump, because they're saying no. You vote this in right now. It's a clean bill. There's no extra pork, no extra BS. You vote that in right now to get the government open, and then we'll sit down and talk. But the Democrats don't want that. They want their own way of thinking. They want their own way of doing. They want their own way of spending. So have you folks wakened up yet to see all the blackmail that's happening and how they're trying to bribe everybody and blackmail everybody into getting what they want? Because this goes back to the old adage that Democrats can do nothing wrong. Democrats never break the law. Democrats never lie. Democrats are always straightforward and to the point. Well, I call bullshit. It's pretty obvious. It's pretty damn obvious on what they're doing. Now, it's up to you to recognize it or not. For an old simple country boy like me that just works cattle every day, works the land every day, I see it. I understand it. And I know what it is. It's that little black speck that's on top of chicken shit. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. It's chicken shit too. You know, one of the other things that I got an opinion about is this. I spent my time in the military. I was in Germany and then back in the States. But while I was in Germany, I had I guess you can call it privilege of learning some history from Germany. And I watched a lot of the Hitler tapes, the Hitler videos when he's giving his speeches. Now you have this guy up there in New York that's running for this position, and he's promising free this, free that, free this, free bus, free babysitters, free food, free housing, free everything. Okay? Well, I listened to what he was saying the other day in his little speech in front of this big crowd, and all of a sudden I heard him say, free, and then everybody in the crowd said, transportation, free baby care, daycare, babysitters, free housing, free groceries. And instantly, it took me back to when I was watching those tapes of Hitler and tapes of Mussolini. How people would chant what they were saying. How people would just go along and say, okay, yeah, that sounds good. Yeah. Without realizing what happened. It's a shame that people are so gullible nowadays to believe that everything is free and it's not going to cost you a dime. I mean, use this for something to think with, please, because ain't a damn thing free in this world. Ain't nothing free in this life at all. I don't care who told you it is, but there's not a damn, even the air you breathe is not free, because if you don't wake up, how are you going to breathe? It's not going to be free for somebody else to pay your bills, to buy your groceries, for transportation. I don't give a shit. It's a cab, an Uber, a bus, whatever. Any kind of public transportation. It's not going to be free. Somebody's going to have to pay for it. And more than likely, they're going to raise your taxes through the roof to pay for all this stuff. But yet the people up there are just chanting right along with this old boy. Yeah, free transportation, free daycare, free babysitters, free food, free health care, free this, free that. But yet, nobody in that crowd is even considering what the ramifications might be of everything being free. You know, if everything was so hunky-dory up there in New York, why is everybody leaving? Why are people getting out of there and going someplace else? They're going to Texas, Florida, New Mexico. I mean, just different states. I don't know about New Mexico, but I mean, they're getting out. But the problem I have is this. This younger generation has become gullible. When somebody starts chanting free, 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 they don't want to hear anything else. All they know is they want everything given to them. Well, that happened before in history. And this goes back to people are not paying attention to history. You need to start looking at the history to make sure we don't relive it. Because you folks in New York, you're fixing to relive history. When you're going to get somebody like that. And I think it's awful funny you had this No Kings Parade thing. What do you think you're going to do? You're fixing to elect a dictator into New York. You're fixing to elect a communist, socialist into New York. But yet, with all the promises of everything being free and how he's going to change everything around to make your life better, who's going to be living off the hog? Him or you? Answer me that one. Who's going to become a multi-millionaire? You or him? Speaking of millionaires, I've had a lot of people tell me, oh, I'm so proud of my representative. I'm so proud of my senator. They do such wonderful things for me. They help me in so many ways. So I ask them, how has your representative on your state level and on the federal level helped you? You alone. How has that individual helped you? How has that individual improved your life 100% better than what it was? Nobody can answer that. Nobody on the Republican side or the Democrat side can answer that question. And yes, I'm saying Republicans too because it's true. You know, we have these people that we hire via an election to put in that position to represent us of people in the district that we live in the state that we live in. It don't matter what state you're in, don't matter what district you're in. And that doesn't matter if you're a Republican or a Democrat. But if those individuals you hired to go up there in that 10 mile by 10 mile square radius place, that is not even a state in America, has made your life so much better, then why are you not a millionaire? They are. Every one of them up there has become a millionaire. How come you haven't? How come they don't have to get on Obamacare, but you do? How come they're exempt from paying all these different taxes and everything while they're a representative, but you're not? Why is it that they get all these benefits and all these grandiose things, but you don't? So, in all honesty, how is that person making your life better? Can you answer me that? And to this day, nobody's been able to answer that question. They can come up and just throw out all sorts of stuff. But I can guarantee you this, everywhere I've ever lived in my 61 years of living, not one senator, not one representative in any state, and even in the federal government, has made my life any better. And I will say that about President Trump right now. He hasn't made my life any easier right now. Do I support him? Yeah. I like what he's doing on the big end. Hopefully it comes down to us down here in this flyover state that I live in. Hopefully it will turn around, but right now, no, it's not. I went to the VA a week ago, 2 weeks ago, over in another state. I seen diesel over there was like $3.02 a gallon, $2.98 a gallon. But yet where I live, it's anywhere from $3.29 to $3.50 a gallon. And yes, I'm talking about diesel because I have trucks and that's what I drive. Groceries still cost humongous amounts. I mean, you can't go to Wally World, which is redneck heaven, and walk out of there for less than $100. It's damn near impossible. You can't go buy groceries in there for less than $100. You know, that's just something that hasn't happened yet, even though they keep saying all this stuff. But maybe I'm being optimistic. Maybe with Trump on the state level, things will trickle down to the state and things will start lightening up here and start helping things. But as of right now, none of my representatives or senators have done a damn thing to help me right here with what I'm trying to do in my life, in my area. It hasn't helped at all. I don't care what they say. It hasn't helped. So, but if your congressman, if your representative and your senator has helped you turn your life around 100% and you become a millionaire because they're a millionaire, please tell me. Tell me in the comments how they have helped your life financially, like their life has been helped financially by being the person you hired to do the job. Now, speaking of that, I want to bring this subject up. It's of a big store. It's a redneck heaven paradise place where they love to go buy their groceries, and I really don't like going there, but it's Walmart. Now, I don't know about where you live, but where I live, when I go to Walmart and get my groceries and I get other stuff that I need, I've been noticing the tax I have to pay via Walmart. Now, via Walmart in the state I live in, we pay 4.9% sales tax on all edible products. But yet, on stuff that's not edible, you're paying 9.5% tax. What is it in your state? Let us know in the comments. What's the taxes that Walmart's charging you in your state? But my question is this. I've gone to other businesses, bought many things throughout my lifetime. I've even gone to different grocery stores, and I don't get taxed like that. I get charged a state sales tax. But I've bought stuff in grocery stores too that's non-edible, and I never get charged the 9.4%. So how is it that Wally World can do that? If somebody can enlighten me on that, I'd really appreciate it. But ladies and gentlemen, here's the biggest kicker right now. Everybody's so happy that Barack Obama got up and is speaking. Barack Obama came out in support of the Democrats on what they're trying to get passed. He's saying the Republicans are cowards or scared. They don't want to do this. It's the Republicans' fault that everything's shut down. It's a well-known fact it's not the Republicans' fault that it's all shut down. At all. It's a well-known fact. Schumer shut it down. Hakeem Jeffries is being the mouthpiece. Because you're not hearing from AOC. Because she's working behind the scene. But Hakeem Jeffries, I swear somebody dropped him on his head multiple times when he was a youngin'. Had to have. But Obama come out and is trying to make everything seem like it's all the Republicans' fault. Well, here's my question to you. If you're going to jabber your jaw so much about the government being shut down, what is the reason you don't want to pass a bill? You don't want to vote on a bill or even think about passing a bill that is just for opening the government. Not for your pork, not for sending $1 trillion here, $1 billion here, for this little project, that little project. This is a bill that has no projects in it at all. But yet, why do you not want to vote on that? Why are you pushing so hard to have all this other crap put in there? But see, people are gullible. People don't really look, listen, and learn. People don't read. Yeah, I know there's going to be a lot of people come in with a lot of comments saying all this stuff. It's just like a lady made a comment about the tenant of the White House cannot tear down brooms about putting up the ballroom. Well, for one, he's not tearing down rooms. One wall came down. And even Obama made mention of this. And here's the funny part. Unless you guys have been hitting a brick wall with your thought process, the government isn't paying for that at all. There is no government money, no government subsidies or anything going towards building this ballroom. It's all donated money. Every single damn dime of it. How hard is that to figure out? It's just like an individual wrote a personal check to pay the military. The government didn't do that. That money's not coming out of the government. An individual took that money out of his accounts and paid it. But yet everybody wants to boo-hoo, whine, cry, and put out speculations that this, that, and the other is what's really happening. And it's all a crock of crap because it ain't really happening. And it's a well-known fact. All you got to do is some research. It's not that damn hard. All you got to do is look it up. It's private money going in to get this stuff done. But yet Obama and everybody, Schumer and Hakeem Jeffries and everybody else on the left wants you to believe only what they're saying. Now this goes back to when Bill Clinton was in office. And it's so relevant because it's so true. That if you tell a lie long enough and enough times, people are going to start believing it. And look what's happening. People are believing it. How many times did he say, I did not have sexual relations with that woman? I did not have sexual relations with that woman. Said it multiple times. People were believing it. They coming up, no, he didn't have sexual relations. Then all of a sudden, lo and behold, yes, I did have sexual relations in the Oval Office with that woman. Shocker! Kind of like, when is our government going to quit lying to us? And I'm going to put this to both sides. The Republicans and the Democrats both lie to us. They lie all the damn time because they only want us to know what they want us to know. They don't want us to know the truth about things. And that's where I get my nickname, brutally honest, because I am. Even if it hurts me, I'm brutally honest. And it's just how it is. That's the way I was raised. And the lifestyle that I live and I work in, you have to be brutally honest. If not, somebody's going to die. Or a critter's going to die or something. And it's your fault. No ifs, ands, buts about it. But the day our government can quit lying to us, maybe we can start believing in something. I don't know. That's just my opinion. It's just my thoughts. So, well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Thank you from Red, White, and True News. This is Sunday. It's my opinion on this stuff. I am Mr. Brutally Honest. And I hope each and every one of you has a great rest of the day on Sunday. And just remember this. If you sit on a wooden fence too long, you're going to get splinters in your butt. So get up. Put your feet down and go forwards. Never, never, never go backwards. God bless this republic. And God bless you. Have a good day.